Hello everyone, good day from wherever you're watching. You're all welcome to the Renewed Parenting. My name is Chamal Dikulu. I refer to myself as a renewed parent, a masterpiece, and a work in progress. So you're all welcome to class today. Thank you very much for your time. I do not take your time for granted. So today we'll be discussing about 10 ways we can help our preschoolers to succeed in school. So who is a preschooler? A preschooler is a child within 3 to 5 years old. Yes. So what are the ways as parents we can support our children academically? How can we make them to be the very best in their studies? So the first way is to build their language and communication skills. As parents, how can we build the language and communication skills of our preschoolers? Number one, we have to read aloud daily to them. Reading out daily to your child helps to build the vocabulary of your child. It increases their vocabulary, it increases their comprehension, and it also increases their listening skills. When you read out to your child, at the end, you can have conversations with your child. Ask your child what he or she understands from what you have read. It helps them to build listening skills, and it encourages them to learn how to have conversations. Another way we can help our children build language and communication skills is to encourage storytelling. Ask your child to tell you a story. Ask them to tell you stories about the books they are reading. Ask them to tell you stories about what happened in school. Ask them to tell you stories about the places you went to. Ask them to tell you stories about events that happened during their day. By doing that, you're helping your child build language and communication skills. Another way we can help them is to expand their vocabulary. One of the ways we can help our preschoolers expand their vocabulary is to increase, to help them get a wide range of what they read. What is the interest of your preschooler? What is the hobby of your preschooler? What kind of books does your preschooler like? Get a whole lot of them. Get a good range, of them with different contexts, so many things that will expose your child to vocabulary. By doing that, you're helping your child to learn new words, new situations, new scenarios. It just helps to build the vocabulary of your preschooler. Then the other way you can help your preschooler to build language and communication skill is to practice conversations. Practice daily conversation with your preschooler. Ask your preschoolers so many questions. In fact, preschoolers, I think children within that age, they ask a lot of questions. Yes. So encourage them to ask. Encourage them to talk about what is bothering them. Encourage them to talk about their feelings. Encourage them to talk about their thoughts. Encourage them to talk about anything they want to talk about. By doing that, you are encourage them to have conversations. And the more they have conversations with you, they are actually building their language skills and their communication skills, and that is one of the skills they need to succeed academically. Then the other skills we have to help our preschoolers to succeed academically is to build their literacy skills. How can we build their literacy skills? Number one, encourage your child to recognize letters and sounds. Play games that has to do with your child recognizing letters and sounds. You can use flashcards. You can sing songs that talk about letters and sounds. You can use puzzles, activities, that helps to that helps your child to learn letters and sounds. By doing that, you're helping your child academically. Then the other way to build literacy skill is to encourage them to write. Encourage them to write. Give them pen and paper. Encourage them to write their names. Encourage them to, you can write their names and you can encourage them to write, to just copy and write after you. Encourage them to write. Encourage them to write anything. Encourage them to write anything they feel like writing. Encourage them to just explore. By doing that, you are building their writing skills, and in the long run, building the literacy skills they need to succeed in their academics. Then the other way to build this literacy skill is by doing rhyming games. Do games that encourage your child to sing songs, that encourage your child to learn letters, that encourage your child to learn words. There are so many games out there you can do with your child that helps your child to build this skill. Then another skill you can help your preschooler build is basic math skills. So what are some of the examples of basic math skills you can help your preschooler build? Counting practice. Encourage your child to count their toys, to count their snacks. When your child is walking down the staircase, encourage your child to count. By doing that, it helps your child to recognize numbers, and it helps your child to be able to count. Then the other way to build these math skills for your child is sorting and classifying. Encourage your child to sort out things according to shapes, to classify, to sort out according to colors. Encourage them to sort out their toys or whatever they are playing with according to shapes and according to colors. It helps them in building math skills. Then the other way you can help your preschooler build math skill is simple addition and subtraction. Just using things around you in the house. Encourage your child to add, encourage your child to subtract. It could be their food, it could be fruit, it could be vegetables, it could be anything. Just simple addition and subtraction. By doing that, you're helping your toddler build math skills. Then the other way is to encourage your child to identify shapes and patterns. When your child goes out, encourage your child to identify the patterns they can see. Encourage your child to identify the shapes they can see. You can even encourage them to draw it. Draw the shapes you can see, draw the patterns you can see. By doing this, you build this, this love or this knowledge for maths, with them at this early age, and in the long run, helping them build these math skills that they need to succeed in their academics. Then the other skills our preschoolers need is fine motor skills. I did a video, on fine motor skills for toddlers, yes. So you can go catch the replay of that video and see I talked about how to build fine motor skills for our toddlers. But it's almost similar to what we can do with our preschoolers. Encourage your preschooler to draw and color, provide crayons, provide markers, provide pencils, provide what they need to draw and color. Because the more they draw and color, the more they build the muscles of their hand, and the more they build their hand-eye coordination. Also encourage your child to cut with scissors. Practice using safe scissors. Age appropriate scissors, helps your child to build those fine motor skills. Encourage your child to play with Play-Doh, plasticine. When they play with Play-Doh, it helps them to build the muscles of their hand. They can create with Play-Doh, they can make shapes, they can do anything they want to create with Play-Doh. So encourage your child to play with your preschooler to play with Play-Doh, because it helps to build their fine motor skills. Encourage them to do puzzles and beading. It just helps to build their problem solving skills. Yes. Then the other skill we can help our preschooler build is gross motor skills, which I also did a video about. Encourage active play. Encourage your child to run, to jump, to climb, to play with balls. It helps them to develop balance and coordination. Another way you can help your preschooler with gross motor skills is to encourage them to dance and to move. Encourage them to dance, to move, to exercise their body. It helps them a lot. It helps to build coordination in them. Also encourage outdoor play. Encourage your child to go out and play. Encourage your child to explore with nature. Encourage your child to see out and just mix up with nature, to play with things within them. The more they do this, the more they build their gross motor skills. Then the other skill we can help our preschooler build is social and emotional skills. How can we help our preschoolers build social and emotional skills? Number one, encourage them to participate in group activities, encourage them to interact with their peers, with their friends, encourage them to share, teach them empathy, encourage them to take turns, encourage them to participate in group activities. The more they do that, the more they are able to build their social skills. Then the other way we can help our toddlers build social and preschoolers build social and emotional skill is to teach them emotional expression. Teach your preschooler how to express themselves emotionally. Most preschoolers, that is the age they, a lot of questions, a lot of tantrums, a lot of emotions arising. But one way we can help our preschoolers is to teach them how to express themselves. Teach them to be able to express the emotion they feel. For example, you can teach your preschooler, I feel sad because of this. I feel angry because of this. I feel disappointed because of this. I feel nervous because of this. I feel overwhelmed because of this. When we teach our preschoolers this, we give them the right word to express their emotions, and it helps in building their emotional skills. Then the other way we can build their emotional skills is to model positive behavior. Model the right emotional management for your child to see and emulate. How do you manage your emotions? How do you manage difficult situations? When we're able to manage our emotions the right way, it's very easy for our children or our preschoolers to pick it up and just do the same, just emulate what we are doing. Then another way we can help in building social and emotional skills is to encourage our children to take turns. You can carry out games and activities that encourage them to take turns. Maybe when they are playing a group game, you can teach them you need to wait for your turn. Or another way to build this skill is maybe when you go out with your preschooler, you're on a queue and you're teaching your child, we need to wait for our turn. You need to wait till it gets to your turn. Or when your child wants to play a particular game, you teach them you need to wait for your turn. By doing that, you're helping your child build social and emotional skills, and that is one of the skills they need to succeed in their academics. Then the other skills we can help our preschooler build is listening and following direction. How can we build these skills? Giving them simple direction, giving them simple instructions, giving them clear instructions, and teaching them the reason why they need to follow instructions. We can also help our toddlers by carrying out, listening games. You can be playing something and you can tell your child, what did you hear? What can you hear? Any activity or game that will show or teach your toddler how to listen. By doing that, we're helping build these skills our toddlers need to succeed in their academics. Then the other skills we can help our toddler is problem solving and thinking critically. How do we build this skill? Encourage them to ask open-ended questions. Also ask them open-ended questions. Ask them questions that they need to go in depth. Ask them questions they need to express themselves the more. You can also get them puzzles and building blocks. Encourage them to do all this, because the more they use puzzles, the more they use building blocks and other activities, it helps them to learn how to problem solve. It helps them to think critically. Then the last way we can help our toddler in academics is to build their attention and concentration. How do we do this? Encourage them to carry out focused activities that will require them to be focused. For example, drawing, doing their craft. It helps to build focus and attention. Then carry out activities that will help to reduce distraction. For example, get them to carry out activities in an environment that are calm, that will help to reduce distraction. So you can also check your home setting. How is your home? the place they are studying, how is it? Is it calm? Does it enable them to study? And lastly, praise their efforts. No matter the little efforts they are making, learn to appreciate and praise their efforts. So these are some of the ways we can build the skills that our preschoolers need to succeed in their studies or in their academics. So I believe you're going to pick up one today and start to implement. So thank you very much for listening to me today. I do not take your time for granted. Do have a great day and see you later, or see you in our next video. Have a good day. Bye.